What's up guys, my name is Gabe and welcome back to the Trojan Blade. Welcome back to a brand new video. This is a Friday night edition of the Trojan Update. Haven't done one of these in a while, but we have a lot of news to talk about today. We have some major developments in the recruitment of JuJu Lewis and Husan Longstreet, as well as the announced retirement of USC President Carol Folt. So guys, of course, if you are enjoying the videos, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get into it. All right, so first things first, let's head out on the recruiting trail. Now, as you guys know, I am incredibly sick of talking about JuJu Lewis and this entire recruitment, but as this story is nearing its end, we are getting more and more details about what could happen, and obviously JuJu's commitment to USC is very much up in the air right now. My gut tells me he's going elsewhere, and again, as you guys know, I am not an insider, never claimed to be, but I do have connections with people who are, and what they're hearing is that USC is also playing a role in his decision to potentially go elsewhere. This does appear to be a very mutual thing. It's not like USC is just holding on for dear life and JuJu's just out there playing Lincoln Riley. But right now, if I had to put money on it, I would say he doesn't end up a Trojan. Of course, there's the visit to Indiana that could or could not happen tomorrow. That's going to tell us everything. There's some reports saying he's still going. Some reports are saying he's not going. The Indiana people aren't even sure if he's going to go. So if he's in Bloomington tomorrow, that is going to tell us everything that we need to know. Hey guys, future Gabe here. While I'm editing this video, 247 has actually reported that JuJu Lewis is not going to take that visit to Indiana tomorrow morning. Again, still something to monitor there, but they are saying that Colorado is absolutely the team to beat right now. So again, 247 saying he's not going to Indiana tomorrow, and that Colorado is likely the favorite to land him at this point. All right, now back to the video. Now, of course, that brings us to Husan Longstreet, the quarterback from Corona Centennial that USC has been trying to go after for a while now. He was on campus at USC over the last few days. Things are definitely heating up there. He loves USC, he loves Lincoln Riley. Now on the field, this is actually a player I prefer to a guy like JuJu Lewis. I think JuJu is actually rather close to his ceiling right now. Husan Longstreet overall has a better toolkit. He's a more dynamic thrower of the football, a more dynamic athlete. If you want a guy to come in and start next year, JuJu Lewis is definitely the guy. But if the guy you bring in can sit for a year and develop, Husan Longstreet is definitely the better long-term play in my opinion. I just think that the upside's higher there. He's obviously played better competition playing in Southern California. Longstreet's a bigger guy, being listed at 6'2". Again, he has that elite arm talent. He's able to throw it off platform with a lot of velocity. He's capable in both read option and RPOs. He's more of an overall playmaker than JuJu Lewis is, while obviously JuJu is much more polished at this stage in his career. But I asked around if the Longstreet stuff is real, and all three answers I got back were along the same lines of just, yeah, it's very, very real. Taking a look at Longstreet ratings-wise, this is the number 4 quarterback in the country per 247 Sports, and the number 2 overall player in the state of California. And of course, he currently is a Texas A&M commit, but the way this recruitment is heating up, the dialogue around he and Lincoln Riley's relationship, to me, this very much seems like a thing that if Lincoln Riley wants him, Lincoln Riley's going to get him. But again, guys, the key thing that we look at here is tomorrow morning, where is JuJu Lewis? If the word comes out and he's in Bloomington, Indiana, really seems like Operation Longstreet is going to be in full effect. Now, switching over to the news about Carol Folt, shout out to Fight on Rusty who did post it first on Twitter. You see her statement here. It reads, "Dear Trojan family, it is with heartfelt gratitude that I write to share my decision to retire as the president of USC at the end of the academic year on July 1, 2025. Serving as the 12th president of the University of Southern California is one of the greatest privileges of my life. Working with so many of you to achieve the promise of our incredible Trojan family brings me joy and inspiration each day. After more than 20 years of leadership at 3 great universities, however, I am excited to embrace the freedom that comes with the next big leap and to pass the baton to the next president who will be able to build upon our accomplishments and create a new chapter for this extraordinary institution." So obviously I didn't attend USC, right? My dad did, my grandfather did as well as teaching there. So I view this from a different prism than my dad would, or maybe a lot of you alums would. There are so many things that go into being a university president. Carol Folt's job was not to make sure that the USC football program was elite. She has to worry about the academic standing of the university and all the sort of day-to-day things that go on with that. So viewing this from a football fan's perspective, I do think there is a great opportunity here to go after someone that really is football-centric. Not to say that Carol wasn't, because she signed off on Lincoln Riley. She signed off on these new facilities. She signed off on getting one of the most expensive assistant staffs in the entire country. There are people that know a lot more about this entire situation than I do, so I'll defer to their judgment on the job that Carol Folt did. but obviously that is a massive position that is going to be open July 1. Of course, I assume it will be filled before then. But yeah, the Carroll Folt Mike Bohn era is officially coming to an end. Very excited to see who they hire there in that spot. Now, before we go any further, I do want to thank today's video sponsor, PrizePicks. This is, of course, the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Deposits are so quick, so easy. And now it's even better because when you use my code BLADE, you get a guaranteed $50 once you play $5 in lineups. I gave you guys a lineup a few days ago, but I do have a good looking Friday night play for you guys. Very interesting game between Iowa and UCLA. I have Caleb Johnson to score a touchdown, rushing or receiving in this one. I also like Ethan Garbers to run one in. And then I have Dean Connors to get a rushing touchdown for Rice against Memphis. And then I also like Eli Sanders for New Mexico to get into the end zone as well. So again, guys, make sure you use my code BLADE. That is a guaranteed $50 once you play $5 in lineups. Thank you so much, PrizePicks, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's keep it rolling. All right, so at USC, they had the groundbreaking ceremony for the Bloom Football Performance Center. A massive $50 million donation by the Bloom family. Absolutely awesome. This place is going to be state of the art. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be the best facility in the entire country. Looking at what we're working with now, there can't possibly be a bigger upgrade in the entire country than this one. Very cool to see. Poor Lincoln looked so uncomfortable during that entire ceremony. But yeah, very excited for that. All right, and just to wrap the video up here, I assume most of you follow college football if you're watching this channel, and I'm sure many of you have become familiar with Kirk Herbstreit's dog, Ben. And unfortunately, Ben did pass away yesterday. If you guys follow me over on Instagram, you'll know that I have a golden retriever named Jackson. Yes, named after Adoree Jackson. Ben really reminds me so much of him. And if you've ever had a golden retriever, you'll know how special dogs they really are. And seeing the way Ben just lit up every single stadium he went into, people always wanting to meet him bringing so many smiles to so many people, just wanted to say that he's going to be dearly missed. And that if you can, send a prayer, send some love over to the Herbstreet family, because losing a family member is never easy, especially one as incredible as Ben. So yeah, sorry to end on that somber note there. But as always, if you guys did happen to enjoy this version of the Trojan Update, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It really helps me out so much. Thank you guys so much for all the support. You're all awesome. And as always, take care and fight on.